So yeah, and so I go back to work. Actually, no, I don't even go back. I go pick up the other three at his mom's house. So when I get there, she's acting all giddy and I guess was enjoying the time that she had with the girls. And then she started talking to me about how everything was, that he went to go stay with his homeboy. And even like the weeks before, he would always go to his homeboy, which I always knew something was suspicious because the way he used to talk about how his homeboy, like, I don't know, one minute he's friends with one person and the next minute they did him dirty. So I never knew who he was friends with. But he would always go to this one particular friend's house. But then I found out, like, um, yeah, when I got to Fort Myers, he was having girls pick him up from his homeboy's house. He would have me drop him off, and then they would come pick him up at his homeboy's house. So that's where he was supposedly. So his mom and stepdad was trying to talk to me about not leaving. And one thing his that's when they were trying to be nice to me or faking it or whatever. But one thing his stepdad told said to me that really stuck with me for a very long time. Um he said, "What's um why do you keep running? Why you keep running?" So I'm like, I'm sick and tired of, you know, his baby mamas, and then him playing in my face, and then having these females, you know, constantly be laughing behind my back and laughing in my face, and I just I just get tired of it. And he was like, by you always constantly running, that's showing that your weakness, that you don't want to stay and like face them. So it's giving them more, basically it's giving them more power, because if you don't stand your ground, everything whatever he's telling them is seeming like it's right. And when he said that, it kind of hit me because I was like, I do run a lot. Like every time like we get into it or I run into one of his, it's like I'm constantly running. I never like really stand my ground, and I don't even know why like that was the case, but I felt like not dealing with the problem, it would just go away. And a lot of times it didn't go away. It just got worse. So what he was saying was, it made a lot of sense. And then his mom offered, like, she was like, there was, because they stayed in a duplex, and his little sister, and the boyfriend stayed like a couple of duplex down. They was like, why don't you just try to get a duplex here, and we'll help you with the kids. But like I said, like his mom had like, she's she's documented, so she's like legally crazy. So I don't know if it's bipolar. I don't know if it's schizo, or but I know it has something to do with the drugs. Because one minute she's like I said, she's like the sweet grandma, and then the next minute she just slip and start cursing you out, and because she's done that many of times. That's why I tread lightly with them. Because like I said, it's always something behind them being nice to me. It's always something. It's never genuine. It's never, oh, I'm just literally concerned about my grandkids. I'm literally concerned about how they're. It's never that. It's always something they got a benefit out of it. So when she, so she said, she'll help me. All I got to do is, give her something, because she's not working. Because she was always suing somebody, and she was always getting injured. So she was like, as long as you shoot me a little bit of something, she'll help me with the girls. She helped me take care of the kids until her son gets it right. But she said, then she's like, well, I keep telling y'all, like, he is really no good. Like, his his daughter's mom had to go through that. She remember, like, when she just had her daughter. She's talking about Shay number one. When she first had her daughter, like, she was constantly getting, he was doing the same things to her, running around, stole her car, stole money out of her purse. Even when his oldest daughter was little, he had hit her and took off, and it was like it's a repeating cycle, and it sure is. It sure is, because the like, mind you, I haven't talked to him or seen him in since 2018, so that was the last time. But then that I know about the last one that he had, but those last two, and the second to last is Cece. She was going through the same thing I was going through, and supposedly the last baby mama that I know of was going through the same thing. So it was never me. I just didn't know that. It was never me that was the problem. It was him. It was him. So I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go and clear my head and try to figure out what I need to do next and leave. So then I stop. So I get the girls, and then I go to my best friend's house, and I say goodbye to my oldest daughter. But then my best friend and me was starting to talk. Mind you, around this time, she got really, really close to her brother's baby mama, Jessica, and her and Jessica got really, really cool to the point where her brother was like mad, like that they were so close. And he always getting his feelings, like he's so sensitive. He's a Cancer, like he's so sensitive about a lot of stuff. So because my best friend and Jessica was getting so close, mind you, around that time Jessica started to change her life and try to start walking the straight road, the narrow road or whatever, and start doing better with her life. Now she has two kids, you know what I'm saying? So it made sense. So she always knew, like things that were going on in the community, that for single parents, single moms, and she had suggested, because she got into the women's shelter over there, the Metropolitan, and she was hearing that they help you get back on your feet. They help you get a job. They help you with your apartment. It don't matter with evictions. Like, they help you with all of that stuff. So my best friend was like telling me about it. She was like, you need to go sign up, so that way they can help you get into another apartment, and you can start the process now. But I think I have to do it online or something like that. So I was like, I'll think about it, because it's shelter, and then I have 5 kids. I just had a newborn, so I'm like, I'll think about it. So I end up leaving my oldest daughter, and I go to Fort Myers.